Last on the list is the diesel filter. From what I can gather, it's not too bad of a job overall, it's just extremely messy. First off the bat, we've stuffed a load of rags all around that area for two reasons. One, obviously for mess, and number two,
if we drop a screw, it probably will just bounce off the rag and still hit the deck, but we're hoping it will catch the screw also. First thing we're going to do is we're going to give this top a good clean, we don't want any debris going into any of the fuel system. T20 Torx bit for this bit, so we're just going to get these screws undone. Now that the screws are out, we're just going to prise the lid off.
There's a little indent there to help you start, and then you can go around each side a little bit. Just be a bit careful, obviously, not to start bending stuff with too much pressure.
That is released.
And just push the filter off if it comes up with that bit, which it probably will do.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
That was a good slot. Smells. Right, and then at this point we're just going to, well, Scott's going to rig some cable ties up so we can lift this back and out of the way.
What we're going to do, first of all though, before we get the filter out, we're going to cover over the pot and just clean up the area of the underside of the lid, take the seal off, so if there's any dirty bits, they don't fall in the pot. Next on the list, we're just going to get the new O-ring put onto the lid, or Alana is.
Yeah.
And then give it a little covering of diesel just to help lubricate it up, so it helps it seal properly, hopefully.
Oh, put a bit of dog hair on it as well in our case.
It stops it binding up it when we next come to do it in 2 years' time.
There we go, that's all good.
Perfect.
Right, I'm just going to fish out the old filter. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just holding it over the top just to let some of the old fuel sort of drain out of it. And then we're just going to go plop, and just plop it into there.
Not too bad a shape overall, I wouldn't say. I thought it was going to look a whole lot worse than that. The reason why you take the fuel out is obviously all this dirt and grime that's on the outside of this is going to be in that pot. So yeah, you don't want to leave anything that can end up going through to the engine and damaging not only the engine but also the high pressure fuel pump. Just give you a quick peek inside. It is nothing more than just a pot to hold diesel. Nothing more, nothing less. Obviously all the wizardry, you could call it, is all done by this top bit. Brand new syringe for this, because I'm going to keep repeating it and it'll get annoying, but it's imperative that everything you put in here now that it's cleaned out is ultra clean. Like I say, any debris will get potentially past the filter at this point. So yeah, we've got a new syringe, we've got a jerry can of diesel down here, so Alana's just gonna get some fuel sucked out. And what we're gonna do, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a painted black line where it goes from black to silver. We're gonna fill it up to there. If you want to measure it, I think it's about 700 millilitres that you want to fill it up with, but we're gonna top it up after the filter's gone in, because the least amount of air you can keep in this, the better overall. air causes airlocks. And not only that, the high pressure fuel pumps generally,
Pardon me.
The high pressure fuel pumps generally run off the diesel and use it as lubrication. So if it's starved of any fuel, then the high pressure fuel pump will have issues, and that's a bad time. Before Alana puts this filter in, we just want to show you the filter. If you can just move it over in front of the camera, it should have one open end, small, because there is different types of diesel filter you can get for different engines and that, and then the other end should be blank. Sometimes there is a hole in it, but overall it's probably blank, and that hole there is going to end up connecting to that in due course. First off the bat, now you've got it filled up with nice fresh clean fuel, just plonk it in and it should make a nice satisfying sound as it takes itself down. Little
flips.
This is the fun bit. Just make sure any tools you put in,
Nice clean screwdriver.
clean as possible,
Yep.
let's say. It's going to be a case, now it's sunk down, it's sunk in all of its diesel that it wants to drink. Lift it up a bit and attach it to the other side.
The thing Scott is forgetting,
We need snips.
we need to cut the cable ties first because this isn't going to work as it is.
That put up a lot more of a fight than what I thought it was going to. That requires a lot of pushing, and around this area it's really hard to kind of get to. It might just be that the filter wasn't perfectly on or something like that, but I doubt it. But we've just checked all around this area and I'm pretty sure it's down, so I'm quite happy with that. I think these are like 5 Newton meters, so we're going to get them put back in.
But yeah, they're all pretty damn tight.
Happy?
Happy?
Last job to finish off the diesel filter change, I believe, is to turn the ignition on and off, something like 6 times, waiting 5 seconds in between. The reason for this, I believe that Skodas have an electric fuel pump and it's meant to purge any remaining air out of the canister, if there is any air left in it.
Last one.
Right, this is the last one. The best way to actually do this is if you have VCDS, is to plug that in. Apparently there's an option on there to run the fuel pump, but obviously we don't have VCDS. I'm going to go to the front of the car and just check for leaks.